And so is the man who played him. Incredible. Actor and famous bodybuilder Lou Ferrigno has been named an honorary officer by the Syracuse New York Police Department.
Right. Lou and Syracuse Police Chief Joe Cecil joined us right now. Chief, thanks for joining us. Lou, thanks for being there. Lou, why was it important? You're going to do a ride-along. Why was it important to join Syracuse's police department?
Well, you got to remember, in California, I've been a deputy sheriff for 17 years. I went through the academy. I'm a certified police deputy sheriff. And I like to be here because I'm filming a phenomenal movie called The Hermit. It's a great horror film. But at the same time, I'm happy to be involved with the Syracuse Police Department because I want to show my support that people don't realize what these officers go through, protecting life and property, risking their lives. And these guys are the real heroes to me.
That is wonderful. Chief, what was it like how did this all happen? Did he call you and say, I'd like to join the force? And what did all the other men and women say when they got to meet him for the first time?
So, yeah, it was set up by Mr. Ferrigno himself and his producer. They asked to come by, talk to the roll calls, and I got to tell you, the cops are still talking about it. I saw them when they came in over the weekend. They were in the courtyard huddling together and talking about it. It was a big thrill for them and really a morale booster for them because he spoke about the importance of law enforcement and the dangers they have and how sometimes these days we're not getting the support we needed. So I just want to thank him for taking time out of his busy schedule. It was very gracious of him, and it was a morale booster for us.
Well,
and my father was at NYPD for 26 years, and he was a lieutenant, so I grew up with law enforcement. I respect that.
Right, and that was in New York State, where you are as well. Lou,
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Brooklyn, New York. There you go.
New York City Police Department.
Yeah, yes, sir. So, you were talking about how you were there to support the Syracuse police, as you have supported police officers in California as well. This is a tough time to be a cop. Aside from the crime waves coast to coast, there's so little respect for the men and women who wear the blue.
Yes, because, we're trained, for example, that if our life's in danger, we have to use lethal force. That's why there's so much propaganda, especially when you see there are the situations in the last 2 years how people sometimes want to retaliate against the police department. They don't realize that they're not safe. That's not safe without a great police force. That's why basically the training you have to go through, people don't understand that, once you put the badge on and once you have the uniform, I mean, you're putting yourself in life in danger, especially protecting other people. It's a highly risk job. And the public forgets that you think that we just walk around with a stick and then, with a gun and then basically just exercising out police power. But the thing is that, like, for example, what happened in Ferguson, sometimes officers get rocks thrown at them, they get spit on, they get a different name. I mean, if they put themselves in there and then the officers shoot, they can see what we go through.
Hey, Chief, if he decided to not star in The Offer or not do any more TV series or movies, what kind of cop would Lou be?
He'd be phenomenal. I think he could do it today. I think when he goes on that ride-along later this week, he'll probably take some calls for us and handle the situation. I think he'd be fine and great at it.
Yeah, and Lou, you might not even need a weapon. You're a bodybuilder. You could take down any criminal.
Just chase somebody with an I-beam.
Exactly. Well, Lou, it's just such an honor to talk to you because we grew up watching you, and what a job we have. God has blessed us with these 3 chairs where we get to interview amazing people, and that's not lost on us. To watch you growing up and now be talking to you, it is just such a treat, and I love that you love the men and women in blue. What comes to mind when you talk about your dad and his service?
Yeah, it's great, but that's why you have to excuse my beard and my beautiful ponytail because I'm filming this movie. I'm playing a cannibalistic pig farmer. That's why so here and then, But I'll tell you, without my father being a police officer, I think I probably would not be around today because I've learned to respect him. It's all about respect, that leadership, because most kids today, there's no God, there's no respect, and they have no respect for themselves. And that's why I'm fortunate to have that, being raised with a respectable father like myself.
Yeah, well, beware people in Syracuse. If you get pulled over and that guy looks familiar, it might just be the Incredible Hulk. Lou and Chief, thank you very much for joining us today from Syracuse, New York.